Hello there boys and girls, it's Dee the Jolly Lighthouse Keeper again out here at Flagstaff Hill. We're looking at some of our fabulous winter craft activities today, and the first one we're going to start off with is fabulous flying fish. Now, here's an example of a finished fabulous flying fish. And here's a partially completed one to show you how the process is going to go. Do you notice the fish are keeping appropriate social distancing? And here's the very start of our fabulous flying fish. So let's start. I'll pop these ones over here and let's see how we go. You will need some paper, a pen, some crepe paper which you can get at the newsagent, or just streamers you can also get at the newsagent, and some old magazines. It's probably the best way to use the old magazines you've got at home. If you don't want to use old magazines, you can use some coloured paper you can get from any of the craft shops, so it's up to you. You will also need stapler, a pair of scissors, and a glue stick. Rightio. So, here's a fish. They're pretty standard. Here's another fish. Pretty standard. How do you do it? Well, watch me. Here's my piece of paper. So I'm going to draw a fish. So I'm going to use this fish as an example, so I get all the right bits. So, oopsie-daisy, stay there fish. We've got the fish's head, we've got one of its fins, its back fin, we've got a tail. You'll probably do a much better job than me. And there's its top of its fin, an eye, the gills, its happy little mouth. Doink, 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 doink. There's my fish. All right. Not the best fish, but you know, I'm sure you kids can do much better. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut around this fish. Now, you'll see some magic happen in a moment because I'm going to be able to use this fish to draw the other side of the fish just by tracing around it. Pretty clever, hey? All right. Come on, fish. As you can see, I'm not the best cutter-outer either, and I'm sure you guys are heaps better than I am. Remember, when you finish your fish, you can always take a photograph of it and send it up here to Flagstaff Hill so we can have a look at it, because we always love to see what people are doing. So there's our fish, and I'm going to get this purple paper. You can mix it up, have different coloured paper. Now watch how I do this. All I'm going to do is trace around my fish, and here we go, around the fish. Oops. There we go. That one just there, we can use that later. And now I'm going to cut around this fish. Remember, I've got to draw the eyes and all that on this well, but I'll just cut it out first. I'm going a bit quickly so we don't take all day doing this, but I'm sure you guys will do a great job. Oopsie-daisy. There we go. Alright. That's the second part of it. So I put an eye on it, the gills, the mouth, sort out the fins, a little bit like that on the tail, and the top fin like that. So now I've got my fish. Oh dear! I drew it on the wrong side because, of course, you see, you've got to sort of. Oh, you live and learn, boys and girls. I've got to just redraw it, so it's no biggie. You live and learn, don't you? Smiley face. Do the things again. Boop, 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 boop. Right, there's my fish. Now, the next step is to decorate the fish. So if you have a look at this finished one, you can see I've used cutouts from the magazine. Or if you feel like it, colour it in. Up to you. So you ask, how do you use a magazine to do the fish? Well, boys and girls, it's what we call collage. So let's just say, let's get this little bit to start with. It's green. So I'm going to do some green scales. So How do you do that? Well, you just go like this. Cut, 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 cut. Cut, 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 cut. 1, 2, 3, there's the scale. Get your glue stick. Oops, a daisy. One that works. Alright. Bit of glue. And there's your first scale on your fish. Let's do the second scale. Again, cut around. You make your scales as big or as small as you want. You can have all different sizes. Here's my next scale. So now I'm going to put that on like so. So there's my second scale. Because I'm doing big scales, it means that I will finish this fish very quickly. But again, if you want to do small scales and you've got a little bit more time, or you're a little bit more artistic than I am, you can go absolutely crazy about it. There's my next scale. So have a look. So the next thing, I'll put my next scales on. Have a look in the magazine. You find all different colours in the magazine. You might want to do a rainbow fish, like colour it in. You might want to find all different scales. Let's say that I've done scales front and back. Let's say I've done it. The last thing you've got to do is get to this stage. Well, how do you do that? So we've got to put the fish, the two halves of the fish together. So, as you see already, I've put glue on the inside of one of them. And just push the two pieces together like that. Give it a bit of a push. And there are two more things before you finish. Again, we are pretending that we've covered all the scales, like this one, or we've coloured it in. We are pretending. So, the first thing you do is you get your streamers. So there's my streamers. Put all the ends of the streamers together at one end like that. Just like that. Put them all together like that. And my clever assistant will hand me the stapler. Thank you, clever assistant. And lift the tail up. Peel it back because the glue's still not set yet. Give it a bit of a push. Push, push, push. And staple. And staple. And the last thing is a hole punch at the end. Now if you don't have a hole punch at home, there's a lot of things you could do. You could even get a pencil and just push it through with a pencil. Just be careful you don't hurt your little fingers. But I've got a hole punch here. That's not a hole punch, D. That's a hole punch. Okay, put your little fish in there like that. Hole punch. And then we get our string. Now, string, bit of wool, whatever you've got, pop it through the hole. 1, 2, 3. Look at me. Got a fish on a line here. Tie it off at the end. And then I've got my fabulous flying fish. Flying fish ahoy you can call, as you run around the backyard waving your fish. That's how you do it, boys and girls. Fabulous flying fish ahoy. Good on you, and I'll see you next time.